Perennial Pollinator Garden Set. Fewer than 800 to go around. This was designed by Sandra Bennett, who is a big gardener, gardening host here at QVC. So we're going to talk about those right now. This is 8 pieces. That's $4 each. And you're getting a mix of different plants that look so nice together, and all of them attract the pollinators, which is so fun to see.
Yeah, and they're all winter hardy perennials. So this is investment gardening at its best. So I'll go through quickly what we're looking at here on the screen. So this is the Liatris. So all of these plants, and the Liatris are actually bulbs that you're receiving. So you're getting 5 of those bulbs, and then you're getting 3 plants, 1 of each of the other ones we have here on set. The intention for this collection is to attract the pollinators in a way that continues to give them food from the beginning of summer all the way through fall, while also bringing you flowers all season long. Because sometimes when you go to the garden centers and you try to dream up the garden yourself, you end up buying plants that only bloom at the same time. But then you're left with months of no color. So the reason we kind of curated this with Sandra was to give you guys color starting in June and then going through July, August, September, October, even into November.
Oh, that's amazing. And Stephanie is a garden designer, so you know how to put those things together. That's not something that most of us have time to do. And so it's nice that you put together collections like this, because then we don't even have to think about it.
Yeah, we want to help you guys out. So would you like to go through all of that we're receiving? Okay, so we'll start over here in front of me. So this is the Liatris. These are also known as blazing stars. So these flowers are just starting to open up. These are the real flowers actually, but eventually these beautiful electric purple buds are just going to explode open, and it's going to look like almost like a giant fluffy popsicle.
It really does. In those pictures, they look like fireworks almost.
Absolutely beautiful. And
those are the bulbs?
Correct. So you're going to receive 5 farm fresh Liatris bulbs that you're just going to plant about 6 inches deep, whether it be in the ground or in your containers. And then here in the front, we have one of our big blue lavender plants. So the thing about this lavender collection is it's a more compact plant with extra large flowers. So this is what you're going to put probably in the front of your other plants. It's going to be a bit shorter. And that plant for you is going to come just like this. This one you can see is actually already has a couple of buds growing right there. And then in front of you, Terry, we have our Phlox Laura, which if you are a perennial gardener, you've probably seen phlox before. It is one of the backbones of the perennial gardens because it is a pollinator paradise. I mean, all of these are, but these specifically, you can kind of see here in the middle of each of the flowers, it almost looks like a bullseye. So the hummingbirds love it. They come in with their tongues and they really love to drink the nectar from those from these plants. And that is going to be, again, one of these beautiful 3-inch plants right here. And then last but not least,
I know this one. This is Echinacea.
Correct. But this is a special Echinacea called Cheyenne Spirit. So you'll notice it's just one plant that you're receiving, but your one plant, Terry, is going to bloom all sorts of colors together. So it's almost like magic in the garden. You'll have pinks, reds, purples, whites, all sorts of flowers together. And I love growing Echinacea for our pollinators because, yes, you know, the bees, birds, and butterflies love it in the summer. But in the fall time, these cones actually get filled with seeds that then become a natural bird feeder for our birds like the goldfinches.
That's great. And it's also very good for us, as I'm sure Derek, who is an herbalist, will tell you. Echinacea is incredibly, it's a great herb. So they're beautiful. They feed the birds later in the fall, and they feed the other pollinators during the summer. And they're just, it's such a beautiful collection. So as the designer, as the garden designer, how do we plant, where do we plant these in relation to each other?
It's an excellent question. So the collection together is going to give you around 8 to 10 square feet of coverage. So, you know, if you can, at this sale price, consider getting 2 collections. And then imagine if you have a small garden bed by your front door or somewhere in the backyard that gets a lot of sun. These do love sun. I would plant them all together. So that way you're going to have like a little pollinator garden just right wherever you're going to be enjoying it the most.
So the Liatris get the tallest.
Correct. You read my mind. So the Liatris and the Phlox that we're about to see, those are going to be planted probably in the back. They're going to grow maybe 36 inches to 4 feet, not too tall, but taller than that lavender and the Echinacea. So I'd put those in the back. And you can see here just how colorful and how many flowers that beautiful Phlox Laura is going to bring you. And all of those flowers, you know, are filled with nectar, so your pollinators are going to love them.
It's a little magical collection. And then you get the lavender too, where you get that beautiful scent. We're gonna talk about the warranty now. Get a couple sets and we will set you up for a year with the Gotta Grow guarantee.
That's
it
right.
would only be about, what, $22? Less than $22 for 2 sets, and then you'd have 16 pieces.
Yeah. So we've got a Gotta Grow guarantee. When you're happy, we're happy. We will assure your satisfaction for our perennials for 1 year from the time of shipment, and our annuals and tropicals for 90 days, Terry. So for whatever reason your garden and your plants don't meet your expectations, give us a call or shoot us an email and we will help you out.
And this is the final 1-hour show for the garden season here on QVC. So let's talk redemption. Should we cue the redemption?